Reality with Michael Cole, the podcast journey of veterans battling through life's challenges. Our own coding specialist in coaching and keynote training presentations, dedicated as they navigate the intricate pathways of post-deployment life. Join him as we delve into the empower universal battles, procrastinate more. Together, let's re-engage with families and society, forging.
Hello, everybody. So we have one of my faves on again, return guest, Gina Iovino. She is a functional nutritional coach specialist, dual elite certified neurocoding specialist, neuro wellness coach who takes her clients through a holistic body and mind approach to losing weight and living a healthier lifestyle, which is kind of the complete package. And of course, first responders as well. And passionate about breaking the negative stigma associated with mental health and bridging the communication gap to foster healing. So, Gina, thank you again for being on. I know we're getting into super important. For people that don't know you yet, please tell us a little bit more.
Michael. Yeah, my name is Gina Iovino, and I'm a functional nutritionist. I've kind of gone a little bit more into a specialty of helping women that are either pre-diabetic or diabetic get control of, their more fulfilled, healthier life. And going into I'm really excited and fascinated about the brain, and type 3 diabetes is now called Alzheimer's. Recently, I lost my grandmother from Alzheimer's, so I have definitely seen the effects of that we can live more fulfilled lives as we age.
Absolutely fantastic. Sorry about your grandmother, by the way. Yeah. So, but hey, it's led you to another realm of your life, which is pretty cool. Gina's going to share 3 tips to get veterans and their families further faster at the end of the show. Stick around for that, of course. Hand corner of your screen, there's a blue QR code that leads you to empowerperformancestrategies.com. Again, empowerperformancestrategies.com for anybody listening on the podcast later on. There's all kinds of resources for veterans, first responders, and their families, of course. And some books I've written, some Facebook groups for both veterans and their families. So, please get involved. Please join up and be part of that community. And with that said,
celebrate that it's Red Friday for those, remembering those that are deployed, not only overseas, but right here. Very much, and we are very appreciative of your service and your sacrifice.
Absolutely love that. And thank you for the reminder. So, can just how you got involved in this, in the nutrition and so on.
Yeah, sure. Just kind of shorten it a little bit. I have always been very fascinated with certain things, and so I have a bachelor's in psychology, and I stayed home for a while and decided to raise my kiddos, and something was just not going right with my health. It was kind of declining. I was having a lot of brain fog. My eczema on my hands was like getting extremely worse. Get up and just do the duties of being a mom was because I heard a lot of different opinions on what was wrong, a lot of medications, and I thought, this just can't be my life. I knew who I was before, so I was like, you know what, I'm going to dive into this myself. And when I did, I found about functional nutrition. I found about how food equals communication. I went down this huge rabbit hole, and I said, you know what, if I was able to heal myself from my eczema on my hands that I had for over 20 years, and when I would tell you it was very debilitating, it was. And if any of you have ever had eczema or you've had an itching spell, you know it's not comfortable. Right. So when that went away and I healed it, I think more to this. When I was feeling more energetic, I was like, there's something to this. And so I decided that I wanted to help other women. I can't be the only one suffering out there. You know, this information has to come out. We can heal. We can heal every single day. And so I got into functional nutrition. Part is with veterans and working with first responders. So that other piece of getting my certification with Dr. Daniel Amen was and how that all plays out, right. And having mental resiliency and yeah, and so that's just how it all came together for me.
Light on so much information and so many things that the average person just doesn't think about. Yeah. You know, really, they just don't think. You know, can you explain how inflammation affects both physical and mental health? I know this is super important for us, especially with our veterans and training. Of course, the show is more about that. So, can you talk a little bit more about that and just how the effects were both mental and physical?
You know what? Inflammation is like a huge. Have any inflammation if we went and cut ourselves, we wouldn't have that ability to heal. So we get a cut, you know, the immune system, the healing, and then the inflammation goes away. It's when we have chronic inflammation, that's where we have a lot of people experience that's inflammation. I used to have, but we also have inflammation in the brain. It can cause maybe extra tired. You know, my kids with their homework, sometimes I have to read it 2 or 3 times because it just wasn't computing.
I didn't, and I'm going to absolutely have. Wow. Mm-hmm. So when you're sitting there and you're going, yeah, I just read that, but I mean, it seems like everybody is dealing with that. Just amazing information. So please continue.
So we have these beautiful axons, right? And they are delivering a constant electricity, you know, in our rule for the day, which is huge, right? It's constantly going. It never shuts off. As and I like to, when we talk about food and those bliss factors, right? All these chemicals, and when those chemicals get up there, you kind of like think of it as what happens with those chemicals is they get stuck inside that synapse there, and it's kind of like that pong game. Remember, with the ball would bounce and bounce off. That's kind of like what happens. So you have those chemicals in there, and when really the connection is supposed to happen, that's kind of like the best way I can explain it. So that's kind of the beautiful fact that's around those axons, you know, get which we or those chemicals, we get into depressed. So for like in that
those kinds of
those are what I'm saying is to get to start making food, the foods that we love from whole sourced ingredients that are going to love you back. That's going to give you the motivation and the energy to want to get up after dinner and get something done off your checklist that you've been putting off. Yeah.
Yeah. And I know you've said this tip before. So you're not in that isolation. You're enjoying, you're laughing, all the great hormones are being released, and your body's saying, I want more of this, I want more of this, because it'll engage you in those good foods, that good communication, that fun, and again, that community. So, and I'm just stealing her stuff here, guys. Gina's been on quite a bit, and again, so grateful for that. So what are some common signs of chronic inflammation? I mean, you see, okay, and I'm just going by not your brilliance, obviously, with brain fog and that kind of stuff, and let's go into that as well, but your ankles are swollen, your hands are swollen, the old school inflammation, if you will, that everybody sees and is aware of. So what are the signs of chronic inflammation that people might overlook?
Right. Well, you said a few of them. I think that's somewhere to start, is taking a look at your body, because that you can see it on the outside. We can always see what's going on the inside. We can see what's going on the outside. Skin is a telltale sign of what can be going on inside. Right. It's one of the largest organs. It interacts with the outside. It interacts with our inside. So if you're noticing maybe on your face, maybe you ate something and a few hours later, now you're noticing that you have a rash. That could be inflammation from something you've eaten. Hair too. There's a lot of people that their hair either gets really brittle or it starts to fall out. So that's another thing that you can do. And so those are just some of the outside ones, that you can see. Again, taking a look at your skin. I always say, if you really want to know what's going on inside, it's always great to get a test done. You can either do that through an allergy testing, you can either do it through gut testing, because we really want to see what's going on and what's the source of the inflammation. Not everything has to have like an anaphylactic response, but small things that you can be doing throughout your week of eating, can build up over time as inflammation and cause some distress inside.
So, excellent information. And I just want to apologize. It looks like there are some sound issues intermittently. I'm getting some messages. So, if that is happening, do apologize. It's nothing that I'm seeing on our end. So, hopefully it fixes itself, or you're able to watch the replay on maybe a different social network that might not be coming in right now very well. So, just wanted to mention that. So it's not just you. And when it comes to chronic, what's the difference between something that is just pops up all of a sudden or chronic inflammation?
Yeah. Sometimes this could happen. I've experienced this. We'll go to a party or there's a holiday, and so you eat certain things that you normally wouldn't eat because it's there and you're enjoying yourself. But I will notice 24 to 72 hours later, I can get brain fog again. I can feel like, like my body feels heavy. I don't feel as motivated. And that is the response of having those foods. Now, that isn't chronic. That's just something that happens. But what chronic is like you're getting up how I was before, when I was getting up every single day. And I just couldn't shake the brain fog. I just couldn't shake feeling like I was in a different body almost. Now that's chronic, because it's constantly happening instead of being intermittent.
And so with foods, and I'm just, this is just us having an organic conversation like normal. So, but with foods, are there certain foods that tend to be more causes of inflammation, if you will?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. So, those foods are going to be, your highly toxic, ultra processed foods. We've got dyes now in our foods that are like, make our foods look neon. Like, I don't know if you've ever seen, like, I think they're Tokitos or something. I won't even buy them for my kids. It's like this bright blue color. I think that's, or Takis. That's what they're called, Takis. Like, have you ever seen the bags of the Takis or seen those Takis? Okay, but I guess people love them, which I probably know why, because they hit that bliss point and make
Is it a frozen?
amazing
Is
for
it a
like 5
frozen
minutes.
food or?
No, it's a
Okay.
chip. It's a chip, and the blue color on it is almost
No.
neon. So those kind of things.
I don't know what it is.
Yeah. With those kind of things too, we have to watch out for dyes. Those are becoming like everywhere. There's fillers inside of foods, caking agents. So just so many of these little things, they build and they add up and causes inflammation.
Got it. So, so there's dyes. There's obviously sugars, right? Or
Dyes, sugars, oils. These highly processed oils that last forever inside of your body.
Can you talk about that?
Yeah, the oil.
Yeah, the ones that are last inside your body compared to your avocado oils or whatever the case may be. So if you can.
Yes, and I know it's those oils that we love. Things from French fries, right? Anything that's like, right? They taste so amazing and good, but those oils are so bad for you. Number one is how they're processed, which makes them oxidize your cells and damaging your cells. They also get stuck inside of your body, and your body doesn't know what to do with them, so they last longer inside of your body. And those type of oils too are like, if you think about it, like even if you were going to go to fast food and you with fries, they use those over and over again. So every time that they keep using them over and over, they get even more toxic as they're constantly reused and reused. A lot of times the bottles, they're stuck on shelves. You don't know how long, or through the shipping. They're in clear bottles, which means the light comes in, oxidizes them even more. So they're not good in general.
I gotta just share something really quick. It really kind of freaks me out to think about the oils and how they cook the stuff and keep cooking stuff and keep cooking stuff, and just how bad the oils are already, and then just keep doing with fries or whatever the case may be. And it's always just freaked me out, or chicken nuggets or whatever the case may be, that they don't change it. They leave it for days or whatever the case may be. And I don't know protocol, so don't quote me on this, but it's not like changed out and clean every 3 hours.
No. I remember working as a waitress, years ago when I was younger, and it was like a service that came, I think, like once a week. Maybe things are different now, but I remember it was a service that came like once a week. It would drain it in certain vats, and it would take it away, and then they'd put a whole new set of oil in there. That's kind of like why, if you ever gone to a restaurant and you would eat a fry and you're like, why does it taste like fish? Everything's getting fried in there, and then it it all sticks.
You're freaking me out.
It all gets,
you are freaking me out right now. Hey, Susan, honey, I love you. We may never go out to eat again. So what?
I can't remember the site. I'll have to try to find it and give it to you. Maybe post it. You probably can even go just on Google. But there are a lot more restaurants now that are going more organic, whole based, and you can start looking at a lot of these. This is what we don't use. We can switch out for you. So a lot of restaurants really are starting to become very accommodating to it as well.
Yeah, and you're gonna pay a little bit more generally, but man, is it worth it for your health?
Yeah. Just think about it. If you eat good after you have a dinner out with your loved one, right? A date night, you want to come home and finish the date night.
There's motivation for you. I love it. So speaking of thinking dirty, tell us about that app a little bit.
Yeah, I love this app. It's based off of tons of research and science. You can download it right to your phone. If you want, there's products that you can start using for yourself that are a lot healthier. I would just say go ahead and pay the year subscription. It's 1,000% worth it. It has a lot of amazing features on it. So what you can do is you can go into a store and you can turn around a lot of those cosmetics that we put on our skin and you can scan it. What it's going to do is, first of all, it's going to give you a rating from 1 to 10 of highly toxic it is. It's also going to give you a color. Or actually, it's going to have the ingredients. It's going to give you all the ingredients in a number, and then the color is going to tell you whether or not it's toxic. Green is go, yellow is iffy, and red is this is highly toxic. And so that way it gives you the option as a consumer of saying, do I want to put this on my skin or do I want to look for a better option? Do I want it? And what I also love when you do the paid version is because it is so hard to remember the names and what all these chemicals do, is it will explain for you, if you want to go further, of why that chemical is bad for you. So then you can start doing that's a formaldehyde. Like, where else is this in my house? And so you can start, finding those chemicals and eliminating those, from your household, from your kids, from ingesting them, because it floats everywhere in your body, including your brain. And so it's a great way. And thanks for bringing that up at the start.
Oh, yeah.
And having the power and control right in your hand.
And it doesn't take that long, and the more you use it, the faster it is. And it's disconcerting a little bit when you don't know, and then you do know.
Yeah. I mean, when I first started using it, I thought I was doing good, and I'm like, I would scan some stuff, and it was like, whoa, like this one, hit the charts of like how many chemicals. It's a great way to just, kind of open up your perspective a little bit too.
It does, just to help. It's a tool. It really just to help make some better choices. And here's the beautiful thing, and I've used it, Gina, is you're sitting there and you're like, yeah, let me just check. Oh, hold on, let me check this one. Oh, that's better. Hey, oh, this one's perfect. It's like Goldilocks and the Three Bears, right? But it's just literally to find the right one for you. And I love the tool, and that's why I brought it up again. I know we talked about it before, but it's just really amazing.
And I know it's hard. We live in a world where, from the air we breathe to the water we drink to the food we eat to the chemicals, I mean, it can feel overwhelming, like all this stuff. But at least you have a choice to say, okay, I really love this hair product. Maybe I'm going to use it for a little bit, but you know what? I am going to change some for you to be able to kind of say, what you want to allow and what you're going to kind of give up on.
So fantastic. And my friend, we're out of time.
Yes, I'm actually going through a little bit of a transition. So the best way right now to kind of reach me is on Instagram at Gina Will Show You, because there's a link there. If you would like to connect with me, speak personally, you can do so there. So on Instagram at Gina Will Show You.
And I just, as always, I just want to thank you for being here. Thank you for spending the time. Thank you for sharing your brain power and giving us all this good information. It's always an honor to be here. Time is the most precious resource we have as human beings. We don't get it back. And thank you for spending the time again with us. Really appreciate it.
Well, thank you for having me. I really love doing this and sharing. So thank you.
And it'll be back. Don't worry. All right, everybody. We are out of here.
Oh, wait, the 3 tips.
Oh, geez. What was I thinking? 3 tips.
Because I love this one. I wanted to share this one with everybody. Okay, so 3, real quick. I'll go through it. So first is, please, everybody, you need to make that choice. You need to choose to love your brain. That is number 1. Let's make sure that we're doing that, because if you do not make that conscious choice, you're not going to be motivated to say yes or no to certain things. So let's do that. The second thing is, you can just get started. If you want to calm down the inflammation, start reading your labels, get that Think Dirty app out, start scanning stuff, because that's going to help you with reducing inside unseen inflammation that's going on from these chemicals. Third thing is, I love this book. I can't wait to get my hands in it to read it, because I am a science person. This is it's called Genius Kitchen by Max. I'm going to probably botch his last name. It's Lugarvier. I don't know. I'm having it's but it's Max. It's kitchen. Kitchen Genius Kitchen here. And he created this book. He's a journalist. He's not a doctor, but he's in journalism. And the reason why he started this is because some years ago, his mother had gotten dementia. He unfortunately lost, she passed away, and he really wanted to get the science around what can we do? Is there something we can do now so that we can have a better brain as we age? That's what this book is. I'm super excited to be able to get into this and read it. And the reason why I love this too is because I also want everybody to get back in the kitchen. I want you to love food. I want you to love cooking food. There is a different relationship between buying the food and eating it for a minute and getting that dopamine rush, and when you're actually making it and preparing it and how long that good feeling lasts. And I don't know about you, but I just love with my kiddos when they're sitting there eating and I hear, this is good. It's a rewarding feeling to know that you created something, you put your love into that, and it's just a good feeling. So I would say grab this book. This is great. He has great recipes in here. There's information in here about the brain, about how these foods help your brain. Grab it. I know I can't wait to sit down and I'm going to read through this and take plenty of notes. And I'm just
that's awesome. I feel your passion, my friend. I feel your passion. And I love how you've been on the show enough or that you actually were telling me. So I got 3 tips. You're awesome.
Yeah.
Gina, thank you so much again.
Yeah,
really appreciate again just you being on here and helping me with the show.
You're so welcome.
Everybody, we are out of here.
Thank you for joining us on another insightful journey of Your Thoughts, Your Reality podcast. We hope the conversation sparked some thoughts that resonate with you. To dive deeper into empowering your thoughts and enhancing your reality, visit empowerperformancestrategies.com. Remember, your thoughts shape your reality, so make them count. Until next time, stay inspired and keep creating the reality you desire. Catch you on the next episode.